So again, this is the Teensy USB 2.0, and I just want to talk about it for a second. Really, it looks like a pretty good package. The only two things that I've found so far, and I've only been playing with it for about a day, the only two things I can ding it on, and I don't see any ESD for static discharge protection on here, and there's no real mounting points. So if you want to put this permanently on something, you kind of have to kludge a hack. But other than that, it looks like a pretty solid package. When you get it straight out of the box, it doesn't come with header pins, and it doesn't come with a USB cable, but it takes a regular mini B, so you probably have like 10 of these lying around your house. But when you first plug it in, it doesn't do much. All it does is it blinks slowly. That's just the default program they have on there. I went ahead and downloaded a couple different programs that they make available for free. I'm using Linux here. This is a box I just put Ubuntu 12.10 on, and it's only about 3 days old, so I haven't had too much time to configure it, but these things went on pretty easy. You see here, this is your loader for getting new programs onto your Teensy board. And so the way that works is there's a small button on here, and as soon as I press it, I go into bootloader mode. And so if you go back to the screen now, it's not grayed out anymore. I can choose what program I want to put on. I can make it blink fast. There's a couple of example programs they have on here. I program down to it, I tell it to restart, and now it's blinking fast. What we're going to be doing with this guy is we're going to put some code on here that tell him to act like a keyboard. And so he's going to be hidden inside that fender foot pedal, and whenever he's plugged into a computer, he's going to tell the computer that he's a keyboard. And all that's going to happen is when I press one button, he's going to give, in my case, I'm telling it, the left button will be a left arrow and the right button will be a right arrow. And that's a good way for like Adobe Reader to go page back and page forward. So it's a pretty simple thing, and it's nice because it'll work whether you're plugging it into a PC or plugging it into a Mac or plugging it into a Linux box. You don't need any additional drivers. But the development environment it's pretty simple. Everything's free. I'm using GCC on here, so I can just edit with free tools. They include a whole bunch of source code. You edit to your heart's content. Right now I have it so that it's just printing out. Actually, I'll make it so it doesn't do the right and the left. But when we do the test on this, all it's going to do is that when I press a button, it's going to print out the word right or print out the word left. It's just a little bit easier for me to troubleshoot before we go ahead and solder it up. So I save, close this, hit make. It takes all of like a half a second, and then I have a new example.hex. It just created that, and we're going to drop this on here. So we're going to do example.hex. We've got to put him in bootloading mode. And he's good. And you see not much is happening because we haven't attached any buttons to this yet. So that's the next step. We're going to attach some buttons before we solder it all down, and we're going to make sure it's working right. So I'll see you in the next part.